Squid Game fans have come up with an absurd amount of theories for the third and final season, some of them absolute genius while others are downright hilarious. Join me as I break down the most sinister and mind-bending fan theories for exactly what we'll see in the final season of the most watched show on Netflix of all time. Number 1. Gi Hun becomes the frontman. This theory is blown up in the comments of my videos. A multitude of fans are convinced that G-Man will take Inho's place as the frontman after Inho succeeds in breaking Gi Hun's spirit. The director confirmed that Gi Hun and Inho represent opposite views, with Gohan believing that people are worth saving, and Inho believing that humans are inherently selfish and greedy. Inho has expressed a certain kind of fixation on proving Gi Hun wrong, even letting him live despite him starting the rebellion. Losing his wife and unborn baby, on top of getting betrayed by his coworkers, triggered his descent into madness, and now he's forcing Gi Hun to walk the same path. We've already seen G-Money's humanity slip away, as he viewed the people who would die in the overnight fighting as a necessary sacrifice, a moment that gave Inho a great deal of satisfaction. Without a doubt, Inho revealing himself as the frontman to Gi Hun will be a soul-crushing moment. Gilbert trusted him with everything, even giving him the little ammo he had left during the rebellion. The person Gi Hun trusted so closely revealing himself as the very showrunner for the games will be a devastating blow for Gohan. Through betrayal, sacrifice, and heartbreak, many fans believe Gi Hun will take Inho's place as the showrunner for the very games he wanted to stop. Think about it, there's an unsettling amount of parallels between Inho and Gi Hun. We know Gi Hun loves betting on horses, and at the end of season 1, the frontman admitted that betting on the players was like betting on horses to him. Also, we know the frontman left behind his brother and his mom to become part of the organization. G-Man abandoned his daughter to seek revenge and put an end to the games. It's entirely possible Inho went back to stop the games initially just like Gi Hun. He then realized that as long as there are rich people bored enough to fund the games and people desperate enough to sign up, the games will never truly end. Maybe after realizing this, he chose the lesser evil to at least ensure the games are run fairly. The frontman even warned Gi Hun that unless the world changes, the games won't stop. It's possible that Gohan will be forced to come to this same dreadful realization. Some fans believe the organization will capture Gi Hun's daughter and use her to force Gilbert into running the games. What do you think? Number 2. The final games. Based on the art on the walls, many fans are convinced the final games will be Jack and Jill, human chess, and a variation of red light, green light. One commenter noticed a trailer for season 2 featuring what looks like a relay race in the Olympics. We know season 3 will take place in 2024, leading some fans to believe the last games could have a connection with the Paris Olympics. But these predictions are actually very unlikely. Keep in mind, all of the games so far have been Korean games, and we've never seen a game played twice within the same round of games. Other fans believe the train track game teased in the season 2 credits could be the trolley problem, where one person is forced to choose between either saving the person they care about the most or a group of strangers. It's possible Gi Hun is forced to make gut-wrenching decisions as part of a punishment round for starting the rebellion. While this idea would be thrillingly menacing, it's much more likely the train track game will be Dongdaemun, a Korean game where 2 players serve as a bridge and the players stuck inside when time runs out get eliminated. This explains why the red light green light doll and Chel-Soo are standing in front of each other. The chess game could be based on the Korean strategy game Jangi, and I'm sure there's a Korean game similar to Monkey Bars. Let me know your predictions for the last games in the comments. Number 3. The games go global. What if season 3 ends in a nut-busting cliffhanger, with Gohan finally on his way to spend time with his daughter in the United States, when he witnesses a recruiter slapping someone at the airport, confirming the games are happening worldwide. The VIPs in season 1 already revealed that there are games going on in other countries, and this ending would open up a spin-off series following the different games around the world. David Fincher is said to be working on a project called Squid Game America, which makes this theory even more credible. Some fans believe the stepdad from season 1 will end up participating in the US games, since he had taken Gi Hun's daughter and ex-wife there. A couple mad lads believe the stepdad is already running the games in the United States. One absolute maniac thinks season 3 will end with Gohan joining the games in the US as player 001, repeating the cycle. Do you think G-Man is capable of doing the exact same thing as Inho and El Riz? Number 4. A ridiculous twist. Many fans believe Inho is hiding his romantic feelings for Gi Hun, and in season 3, Front Daddy will confess to Gi Honey how he really feels. Several commenters have hit me with the "it was all a dream" theory, which would be a bigger slap to the face than Hyun-Ju to the crazy shaman lady. He was a raver boy, claims Gi Hun's daughter is somehow the true mastermind behind the games. Real Cool Dad thinks the daughter of the artist father will receive his organs, but as a result she'll also receive his memories, becoming obsessed with getting revenge for her dad's death. One fan believes the mother is actually Ilnam's wife and she's the one running the games. In a hilarious twist, what if Olivier is right and player 001 isn't actually the frontman, but a lookalike? Arguably the most mind-boggling Squid Game theory of all time is that Gi Hun is the actual host of the games, based on the fact he bought a pink motel and sits in a pink chair. One commenter believes Gi Hun actually suffers from split personality disorder, while one absolute mad lad thinks the entire plot of Squid Game is G-Man began assessing whether or not the frontman deserves a raise. This would honestly explain the absurd amount of luck Gilbert needed to win the games and stay alive as long as he has. A good amount of fans think guard number 11 is actually Sabiok's mother, based on the fact they share the same surname, but this is pretty much impossible since they're about the same age. Do you think they could be related in some other way? One disturbing theory I came across is that the frontman actually planted an explosive on the plane Gi Hun was about to board at the end of season 1. This explains why the frontman tried to convince G Money to get on the plane. It did feel out of character for the frontman to try and persuade someone, but this theory has a bone-chilling implication that every previous winner of the games has been taken out in a similar way, either to claim back the prize money or to prevent information on the games from getting out. Some fans even think the players who vote to leave and don't come back are also taken out. This would explain why the frontman said to keep an eye on the players who didn't come back to the games. While this would take out all players who were witnesses to the games, we know blowing up a plane would draw massive attention, completely ruining the secrecy the organizers rely on. Would the frontman really risk jeopardizing the entire game by planting an explosive to take out one guy? What if in 2015 when Gi Hun won the games, he discovered that all winners of the games are taken out, so he felt his only choice was to become part of the games himself? I Actually Know Nothing claims this theory was foreshadowed by someone in the show who said, "Rich or poor, in a plane crash you're all the same," but I haven't been able to find this quote within the show. Let me know if you were able to spot it. Number 5. Finding hope in despair. Cookies Are Frickin' Life predicts player 246 won't survive, but his organs will be used to save his daughter, since they're a match. I believe the stress from the last 3 games will cause MG Coin's ex-girlfriend to give birth before the final game, but Thanos' friend will go after the baby out of revenge for MG Coin. Keep in mind he lost a significant amount of money from the crypto scam MG Coin started, and it was MG Coin who took out Thanos. That baby represents hope and a new future, leading me to think MG Coin will sacrifice himself to protect his family. Akuma Gold believes that Hyun Ju will make it out of the games and meet up with Jun Ho and the Squid Game Avengers. One of the military guys will see player 120 and say, "Don't shoot, it's the sergeant." Number 6. A change of heart. Just like Gilbert might make a complete 180 and turn to the dark side, I'm confident that In Ho will start believing in humanity again. Given that In Ho was once an upstanding detective who gave his own kidney for his brother, I know In Ho wasn't always the cold calculating villain we've seen so far. We know his wife was suffering from liver disease and needed a transplant, and when he finally found someone who would lend him the money, his coworkers betrayed him, saying it was a bribe. Fired from his job and desperate to save both his wife and their unborn baby, In Ho joined the games in 2015 and made it out as the last man standing. But even after having all the prize money, he still wasn't able to save his family. In Ho was a man with morals, who just like Gi Hun refused to spend the prize money and instead lived the way he was living before the games, most likely out of survivor's guilt. The actor for In Ho admitted there's a part of In Ho who wants Gi Hun to succeed. Either Gohan will prove to In Ho that people are worth saving, or seeing his brother again will remind him of the life he had left behind. Jun Ho will most likely do whatever it takes to help his brother and prevent him from getting in trouble with the law. Seeing this love and compassion will force In Ho to remember he has a family who cares for him, pushing him to seek a second chance at life. But based on everything he's done, I can't imagine In Ho will make it out of the finale alive. I believe he'll sacrifice himself to bring an end to the games happening in Korea, most likely setting off the explosives mentioned in season 1. In Ho seeking redemption in this way would make for an insane final episode. Number 7. Gi Hun will die. The show itself may have already warned us that G-Man won't make it out alive. On his deathbed, Ilnam said he left behind his lover to pursue the games. In Ho left behind his mom and brother to either stop the games at first or become part of them. Gi Hun left behind his daughter to get revenge on the organizers and put an end to the games. This pattern connecting all 3 of them leads me to believe that In Ho and Gi Hun are destined to face the same fate as El Riz, to die alone. No one seems to be acknowledging how poor of a father Gi Hun has been, and I believe the choice to put his ambitions above his family will have devastating consequences. I'm certain that season 3 will end with the catastrophic revelation that the games are going on worldwide, but after everything he's seen and done in the games, on top of abandoning his daughter, I can't imagine a happy ending for Gi Hun. Number 8. The games are a government program. Some fans believe the games are actually run by the government, and there's an unsettling amount of evidence for this. The games heavily target people in debt, and specifically those who owe ridiculous amounts of money to loan sharks. Maybe the games are a way of taking money away from private underground lenders, while also enabling a system of organ trading. This would mean local crime surrounding loan sharks would get choked out financially, and terminally ill patients get a second chance at life from the organs taken from the eliminated players. The frontman is without a doubt entirely aware of the organ trade, since he directly acknowledged it in season 1, yet his highest ranking officer is the head of the organ trade himself. What if the government secretly runs the games as a way to fix society's broken systems? If the director takes a more philosophical approach, what if in a disturbing twist the games are exposed to the entire world, but people actually choose to look the other way? This would remind me of a show called Dead Man Wonderland, where criminals are forced to fight for their lives as part of an amusement park. Most people assume what they see is fake and view it purely as entertainment, but even when they consider it's real, they don't care. player, justifying the situation by saying they're criminals anyways. I imagine if the Squid Games are exposed, much of the world would assume it's fake, and even when more evidence comes out, it's possible the world could start to view the players as less than human and maybe even find the games fun. I want to know what you think. Which theory is your favorite? Hit me with your wildest theory in the comments and check out one of these delicious videos.